Hey, I know y'all saw me do my rapid fire scripture early. It's because I was in the ER at 3:30 last night. I had a reaction to the injection. In that last video I made of that girl, that the response video, because I typically don't respond. I typically block people. But I said I was getting an injection when that whole thing was going on, so I couldn't give it the attention it needed. And as I'm reading her things and I'm realizing that nothing she's saying is what I said, it just reminded me of that little girl who was the fortune teller that followed the disciples around and was yelling, telling people who they are. Sorry, I'm on a lot of medication. And till they had enough and finally rebuked the spirits out of her. And her masters was mad because she couldn't. It was, I was getting that, I was picking up that type of spirit. And sometimes you just have to address these spirits to get them to stop, right? And so as the night progressed, I was fine. But then when the pain started in my back, I had an injection in my lower neck and my spine, a steroid injection, which was, wow, I'm going ham trying to lose this weight. But I had another steroid injection in my neck, to stop the pain so they can do neck traction to get the final stages of my PT finished. And I've had this procedure back in October and had no side effects. This time I had crazy side effects, the constant headache that wouldn't go away, back pain. I thought it was a blood clot because it started in my right leg. I could barely walk. Then it moved to my back. So for the first hour, I spent warring because I'm like, witches are real. I spent warring in the spirit, warring in the spirit, warring in the spirit. The next hour, I built myself up with scriptures. It's not a coincidence that I do rapid fire scriptures. And God ordained this, and how interesting it is that He has me doing the healing series. So, the one thing I want you to remember is that never claim of sickness. You rebuke that thing. When I start feeling that pain and stuff going on, I rebuked it. I started quoting scriptures to the Lord. Lord, you said by your stripes I'm healed. I'm quoting back the scriptures, all the scriptures I know about healing, all the scriptures that the Lord said I shall live and not die to spread the good news, right? So I'm building myself up. I'm praying in the spirit. I'm quoting scriptures to the Lord. And then finally, about 2, when it became unbearable and I thought it was a blood clot, I then prayed to the Lord, should I go? Am I being like a little hypochondriac? Like I've never had this level of pain. The Lord didn't answer me. However, when I prayed, because Lord, I got to go. I can't take this pain. And it's my back. One wrong move, I could be done. So I said, Lord, please let me encounter good nurses, good doctors. They tend to be a little testy at the ER I was going to, please. And when I prayed that prayer, I had peace. And I know I had the peace to go. So I had to get call my mom like, hey, I need to get to the ER. We got to the ER about 3, and every person we came in contact with at that ER was overly accommodating. And I was there with my son a couple weeks ago, and they were rude. But I prayed on that thing, and God gave me peace. And when I tell you that these people gave me morphine, volume, a strong aspirin for migraines, in addition to like a fluid bag. And I think I'm missing something. Morphine, they gave me volume, an anti-nausea medicine. They were doing everything they could. They wanted me to lay back for a couple hours, close my eyes, and just sleep. And I'm like, I can't do that. And they couldn't believe I have a high tolerance for medication. So morphine is like Tylenol for me. I'm not going to get like too woozy. My head is groggy because they hit me with morphine and volume. But I never went to sleep. I have not been to sleep yet since yesterday, but I plan to get there. So they told me to call pain management back, let them know what happened, and I had to come to the ER. So I'm actually waiting for them to call me back. They took me out of work for 2 days, told me to take the volume and the migraine medication. They only gave me 10 and 12 pills, not a lot. But I need to take them around the clock because they're thinking this thing is going to just play itself out. I may be uncomfortable today and tomorrow, but after that, I should be good. And I know I will be good. I'm not saying I should be. I will be good because I am a child of the Lord. And healing is upon my body. And I don't claim anything lasting on me. Things will happen. And we say a prayer every morning on our prayer line. We will get sick, but we will not remain sick. So just because you get sick doesn't mean like you're not obedient or da 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 da. Just say the prayer. We will get sick, but we will not remain sick. You got to pray over yourself. You got to know those scriptures so you can quote those scriptures back to the Lord when you are going through. You do not come into agreement with any type of sickness that the enemy tries to put on you or that you go through in the beginning, because it may not be the enemy putting the sickness on you, but he definitely wants you to come into agreement with sickness, illness, pain. He wants you to agree and claim that thing so it has a legal right to stay in your body. I don't care what the doctors say you have. You start immediately rebuking that thing, saying, I do not come in agreement with this, Lord. You start quoting healing scriptures and letting the Lord know you remember his promises to you, and that thing will go. So I may have a 2-day layup in the bed, but after that I'm gonna be good as gold again. I'm gonna go do my traction, and then I will be done, and I can start this. I have bought one of those vibration plates, and that has helped with the lymphatic drainage to get my leg strength back up. So I can get this exercise and get this couple 67 extra pounds off of me that came from the steroids they've been pumping me with since last summer. So yeah, that's what happened. That's where I am. And I said all that to say, never claim sickness in your body. I went through it, but you hear me, I haven't even gone to sleep, and they didn't pump me with all of that. My mama done came and knocked out. I'm still up because I wanted to get my rapid fire scripture out. I don't think I'm going to get up to do the daily affirmations, but I will try possibly later on today. So, real testimonies for real people. Block them spirits when they annoy you, because when I first started, I ran into a warlock I didn't even know. I wasn't fully in my walk with the Lord. And yeah, he got over on me and tried to take me out, but he didn't. So remember that witches and warlocks are real, and it's not the person, but it's the spirit you got to pay attention to speaking through you. And you block them people and you keep it moving, or you call that spirit out. Let that spirit know you recognize them and you keep it moving. And if you're not solidified, just block them and keep it moving, because you have to be really in your walk with the Lord. I love you guys. I'm going to try to get some rest, and I will talk to you later.